Ladies and gentlemen,
Fire. We know we're blessed, we know we God bless. We know we're blessed, we know we God bless. We know we're blessed, we know we God bless.
Hey, fellas.
Fellas!
Welcome back to the Fellas Show. We're here on July 21st, following
an NBA championship. A decent game, too, finally.
it was a
We
good game.
got a good game in the series. The first one.
Yeah, game 5 was close-ish. This one was actually a game.
Yeah,
It actually came down
actually
to
exciting game to watch. Wow, there were some players that did not show up.
Yes, I mean, you look at the box score for both teams. I mean, for the Bucks, you basically had Giannis, Bobby Portis, and Drew on like his
Drew-
assists and his boards.
Drew gets a
and
little
his
slept on,
steals.
I think, last game. I didn't see a whole bunch of people talking about Drew and the fact that he was one rebound away from a triple-double.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive for an NBA. And I mean, I know it's going to be overshadowed by you-know-who, but that's a pretty impressive stat line for NBA Finals. 12, 11, and 9, or 12, 9, and 11, whatever he was.
yeah, he does the dirty work. People aren't going to talk about it, but I mean,
So here's something interesting because I got it wrong when I answered it first. Who shot worse from 3 last night? Immediate answer is the Suns, right?
yeah,
I would
I
think
would
the
think
immediate
so.
answer, after watching D-Book and Jay just chuck up 3 after 3 and miss, because Jay
Yeah.
Crowder went 2 of 9 from 3 and D-Book went 0 of 7.
Jeez.
They actually ended up shooting better from 3 than the Bucks. So,
Well, I guess
had-
no one else even shot many, huh?
I was in, I had no idea that the Suns went 6 of 25, the Bucks went 6 of 27 from 3. And if you look at their floor percentage, the Suns shot 44%, the Bucks shot 45%. So it actually came down to basically the exact same game. And it's like, well, how did they win by 7 then? How were they in the lead the whole time? Well, let's look at Giannis's free throws,
Yeah.
where he went 17 of 19. This is the same guy that we've been roasting the whole playoffs for not hitting his free throws.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't
he
know
goes
how
out and
that
does that.
happens, but it's good that it did for the Bucks there.
Woo! 17 of 19.
That's
Hey.
insane. I don't. How does that even just happen? I have no
Scott
idea.
Foster.
No, but he doesn't put the ball in the basket though. I mean,
But
like
fouls though.
I get like the last game was a fluke how bad it was, but the dude's at 60%
I know.
at best
60,
free throw shoot.
64% on the series or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And the
That's
series before he shot like 57 or something.
But so he came out, dropped 50, and said, "Don't talk to me."
Said, "Don't talk to me. This is my championship."
Because if you look at the rest of the 3-point shooting, that's like every one of their misses came from D-Book and Jay.
Every single one.
And then,
They combined for 2 of 16 from 3 and 12 of 33 from the floor.
damn. How many
Yikes.
did D-Book even have? 19 in the end? I didn't even
19.
think he had that.
0 of 7 from 3.
He had 6
With
turnovers.
46 minutes.
He had 6 turnovers.
That you just can't
He
have
was,
that.
I don't like saying this kind of thing because obviously you can't be in the head of someone who's an NBA player in the finals.
Yeah.
But man, he did not look ready to win it. To win
Deer
that
in the
game.
headlights.
Yeah, he did not look ready to win that game. And it's fair considering it's his first postseason ever.
But still,
But,
come on, man. You gotta shoot better than 0 of 7 from 3. And if you're going cold, then stop fucking shooting. Like, quit.
It's tough when you're down like
I know, when it's
8
elimination
for a
game,
lot of
yeah.
the time. You try to get it down at like that
put the
2
ball in
possession
someone else's
score.
hands, 'cause you clearly can't.
Well, no one really could except Campaign. Shout out Campaign.
I'm surprised they didn't give him more minutes. They only gave him 10 minutes.
Yeah, and he was 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 4 for 6 on the floor.
Only 2 players on all Suns bench who had a positive night, and it was Jay Crowder at +4 and Campaign at +9. D-Book minus 15,
Jeez.
Bridges minus 18, CP3 minus 8. I don't know, dude. When they put Campaign in, he was going off. I don't know why you wouldn't keep him in. He was the only hot hand on the floor.
Because the Bucks were going so big. As soon as you saw the Campaign, Cam Johnson, Kaminsky, and Chris Paul rotation,
Yeah.
they went with Giannis,
Middleton.
Bobby, Lopez.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
they
he
went
did.
all their big guys. And it was working for a while, but I'm assuming they just got scared of that. Tried to match
Yeah,
the size
surprising.
somewhere. And then DeAndre Ayton was 4 of 12.
Yeah, no.
That was very bad.
He did not play well. 4 of 12 with only 6 boards, too.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't even the monster on the glass like he normally is. Jay Crowder was 13. Poor Jay. Like, I really wanted him to win a ring. That's what sucks, is like, I wanted to see Game 7 just because of the series itself, because I wanted to watch more good basketball,
Right.
because the series was not that entertaining at all,
Right.
besides the Bucks coming back from 2-0. But, I don't know, you can't be upset with Giannis winning. There was just guys on the other team that I would much rather have watched win a ring. CP3 would have been cool. Jay Crowder would have been really cool to watch. I don't know. I don't really care about D-Book. He's got a long time. He'll probably win it with someone else down the line or something.
Yeah.
But
That's
good
the
for
thing,
Giannis.
man. Like, everyone's like, oh, Giannis, he deserved it. It's like, alright. Dude's what? How old? Like 20?
He's got to be 26, I think. Giannis age. I think he's 26.
Yeah, he is 26. And he's perennial all-star, perennial MVP candidate. Like, man, he'll get his.
He'll get his.
He'll get his, don't you worry. And he got his, so I guess there's not even...
I'm just glad
Can't
he did
even
it.
say that anymore.
I'm glad he did it with the Bucks for his legacy. Like, it'll be a cool legacy for, like, during the time super teams, during the time where we haven't seen anyone besides LeBron or Curry or Kobe win in what was it, 13 years or whatever?
Yeah.
Whatever, since however long, we haven't seen one of them in the finals or even win the finals.
Well, that's just to be in it. Because a lot of teams have won.
Yeah.
We ran a couple random ones slip in there.
But it's just good for basketball to see a small market team.
Well, it's good for the Bucks more than anything.
Yeah.
It's good for Milwaukee. I do think, I don't want to be, but I do think this is just going to push some of the problems they had down a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because it was funny during the award ceremony when we were watching it, because we were like, everyone's hyping up the coach and everything,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, if I'm that coach, I'm like, fuck all of you. You all wanted me gone
Right.
literally 30 days ago. Like, 30 days ago, this city wanted me out. And I turned around and be like, fuck all of you. Like, you damn bandwagons. I wonder how the players felt about that, too, because I saw a lot of the players, like, hugging on the coach and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys did not like him that long. Like, it wasn't that long ago that there was a lot of problems going on
It's true.
with your team. So, I don't know. Winning cures everything, but
Right.
we'll see what this offseason brings, because I think there were some players that were not so happy on that team. Or not so happy with what the team was doing.
Yeah.
I guess, like I said, winning cures everything, but I think there's a couple problems in there.
It'll be interesting to see what they do from here, because I want to look at their...
It'll be interesting what the Suns do in the offseason, too. Where does everyone go? Do they
Yeah.
keep everyone? Because I said it last night, too. That's got to be their best shot, right?
I don't know.
I don't think they come back next year in the fun. I don't think they come.
I don't know about next year. They're gonna need to do a little bit of moving around, because I don't think CP3. I mean, he could be good enough to be the same as he was this year, because he really hasn't
Really dropped off.
he hasn't seemed like he's gonna slow down at all. But they're gonna need. Actually, I want to look at.
It's 36. He's an undersized 36-year-old. Oops. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think the Suns can make that run again. Especially now with what's going to happen over the offseason. Because the Nets are going to get better. The Sixers are going to get better. The Bucks will probably get better. The Bucks might get better. The Lakers will be a lot better. And the Clippers are going to be really good. Like, there's just a lot of teams next season building up. Especially because this season seemed like hindered for a lot of teams off injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot. When these teams get healthy and a couple teams add a couple key points, like, this is going to be a tough NBA.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough.
That's the thing, like, you can say it now, but there's only so many guys who are going to be available that are actually going to be.
Yeah.
You're going to have to see who gets them.
Yeah, I know.
That's the injury, because it's.
But it's got to be the top teams right now.
Yeah, you'd think.
Like, there's like 8 teams
but
right
they
now
also are the ones that can't afford it. It's I don't know how it'll shake out. I know for the
Jazz too.
Yeah, true. I think they're gonna try for like another couple of years and have to blow it up.
Oh yeah, it's just too small of a market.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen to Milwaukee too. They're gonna have to blow it up eventually because they're paying those 3 a lot of money, aren't they? Middleton, Drew, and Giannis.
Yeah, I actually have all the contracts up.
They're not gonna be able to afford those guys, though.
Middleton's there until 2023-24 on a he's on a $35 million deal. Next year it goes up to 40 by the end. Giannis is there till 2025. That his 2025-26 salary is going to be $51 million. Drew Holiday is there till 2024. So they have those 3 guys until 2023.
So they could keep making runs.
Brook Lopez is there till 2022. This is 22-23, so next season, the following season, I mean. The only guys who actually aren't signed next year are the brother of Giannis. And they can probably figure that out.
Yeah.
And then PJ Tucker and Jeff Teague are both free agents next year. Right
Jeff
now.
Teague.
Yeah, so they'll be okay.
I hate that guy.
The Suns aren't that much worse off, though. They have a couple kind of more significant role players going off contract, but Chris Paul's there till next year. D-Book's there till 23-24. Jay Crowder's there till 22-23. Dario's there till 22-23. Mikal Bridges there till next year. Jalen Smith, Cam Johnson, Javon Carter are all going to be there. And then Frank Kaminsky, Torrey Craig, Cam Payne, they're all free agents now.
Not Frank the Tank.
So we'll see what they do there.
He played some good minutes last night.
Yeah, he did. And they're all on very light deals. Cam Payne's making 1.9 mil, Frank's making 1.8. But they both actually keep a lot of their core around.
What's DeAndre on?
He's got one more year on his deal.
What's he getting paid?
$12 million. I think that's just his rookie deal still.
That's got to be his rookie deal still. So they're gonna have to sign him after next year. Yeah, the Suns are gonna blow up. They got everyone for like one more year. It seems like they got Jay, CP3, DeAndre. They got D-Book for a couple.
Yeah.
But they got one more shot at it, pretty much.
Well, it depends. If you can replace, because they'll re-sign DeAndre if they can. He's just on his rookie deal still.
It's just gonna be expensive.
The dude's 22.
It's gonna be expensive.
But they also aren't paying anyone. Like, listen to this. Here, let me just compare real quick because this is kind of crazy. So, going into next year, these are the contracts that the Bucks have. They have a $35 million for Chris Middleton, $39 million for Giannis, $30 million for Drew, $13 million for Brook Lopez, $5 million for Pat, $3 million for Bobby Portis, $4.5 million for Dante DiVincenzo, and then a couple $2 million, $1 million guys, right? So, just in their 3 highest paid players, that's $6,903 million.
Yeah.
next year for the Suns, they only have Chris Paul at 44, D Book at 31 mil, Ayton at 12 mil, Jay Crowder at 9 mil, Dario at 9 mil, Mikal at 5 mil. I mean, they only have two guys in that supermax kind of range, and then it immediately drops into single digits. They're gonna have probably a good extra 15 million more than the Bucks to play with, also.
Interessante. I don't know. I don't see either team making it back to the finals again.
No,
Really don't.
not for a while. I mean, the Bucks could.
I don't see it. This was a miracle run that I see in the first place.
I agree, but I think the only reason I say that is Giannis is good enough.
Yeah,
If he's
but
on like that,
good fucking luck doing the exact same thing next year when everyone's like, just Giannis. Don't let him get to the line.
yeah. Well, then what? Then you let him score. Like, that's the thing. If he can shoot free throws like that, he can win any game.
Yeah, if he can shoot free throws like that. But if he's on the road and people are chanting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's missing almost 50% of them, like there's only so much.
I don't know,
you can
man. If counting really takes your free throw shot down 50%, then you gotta just spend the whole off season with like a therapist.
do. That's what I would think. I think most of these guys need some kind of like psychiatrist or something.
Yeah,
Like,
because
there has to be
obviously, if you're an
something.
NBA player, you
You're-
can make.
You're the best
free
fucking
throw.
NBA player, and you can't shoot a free throw, even though that's probably what you practice more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that comes down to just your talent. It's just between the years. But, like, besides... I mean, he did shoot well. He shot well all night. Yeah, 17 extra points from free throws.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help, especially when he's been getting, 4 extra points from free throws normally the whole series?
Right.
Like, that's
Right.
a hell of a... I mean, it basically was the game changer. Getting everyone in foul trouble, making your free
Yeah.
throws. Because I think DeAndre, Chris Paul...
Like, I don't know if they go back next year, but I'm sure in Giannis's career and even his career at the Bucks, I don't think it's a stretch to say they'll be back.
I don't know why it's not going up and down.
It's not doing nothing. Oh,
There we go.
out, in. Alright.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch. I just don't see it. I think there's just so many better teams that are going to be hopefully healthy.
True. But they probably won't be.
Yeah, I know.
I think the thing we've learned now,
The
and it
healthiest team will win.
you just need, by the time you get to the end of the playoffs, you just need your one guy to still be good. You can super team and super team all you want. But at the end of the day, when you're running 7 dudes, 8 dudes in like a finals rotation, you need your one guy to just be your one guy.
I don't know. You would think the Nets would have won the finals if they needed their one guy to be their one guy.
Well, he just wasn't. Like, he just wasn't.
Who?
KD.
You mean dropping like 50? Wasn't...
I mean, he dropped a lot of points, but it was just, I mean, alright. But I don't know, if you look at I don't know. You need that guy.
I mean, in
The super team thing doesn't always work.
Throughout the playoffs, I would have much rather had KD than Giannis, except for last night.
Yeah, because KD's a better basketball player. I think it's I think KD is like...
Yeah, but that's their one guy. Like, the Nets couldn't do it. That's why I just think it's crazy that the Bucks did it. Because it's like... If you come down to the one
they
guy,
don't just have one guy. Chris Middleton was putting up 44. I'm not talking... But, like, to win the finals, you need a guy.
Yeah.
You don't need 3 guys. Because if you just need... It's
You need a guy with some little guys helping along the way.
yeah.
The Drew and the Chris.
It works better. It makes the roles more known. It makes...
And I feel like there's more strategy to play with it. Because this finals was really interesting because of the strategy that changed from game to game. Which I feel like we haven't seen because it's just been LeBron, Curry, like, it's just been the guys kind of, like, doing their thing. And it's like, well, whoever plays better is going to win the game. This was crazy. I think this series was crazy because you saw the change of Drew on CP3. You saw that whole thing take form. You saw the role change for Chris being, like, the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just, like, it seemed like every game they had a new strategy. And then last night, too, Jay Crowder setting screens for CP3 to get him some space finally because of the Drew effect. Like,
Nope.
I feel like every game was a new game plan, a new strategy, which I feel like, I mean, obviously in finals there's always tweaking, there's always different strategies and things like that. But it feels like in the past it's just been kind of, hey, it's the Warriors, they're going to do the Warriors thing, they're going to shoot the shit out of the ball, and they're probably going to do it better than the other team.
Yeah, I think. Well, the Warriors, I don't count them.
Yeah, I know.
They're an anomaly. They're insane. Jeez, yeah, they were crazy, and they're probably gonna be crazy next year. 2 lottery picks, Clay and Steph.
Oh my god.
They'll be okay.
I thought they were gonna be crazy this year until Clay went down again.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it,
And even then, they were in the play-ins.
yeah, they almost did pull it off.
Yeah.
And that was without Wiseman, too.
Yep.
Because Wiseman got hurt at the end. No, that team's unbelievable. To think that they came off a championship and then got a shitload of injuries next season with Curry, Clay, blah, blah, blah. They add Wiggins going into that season. They then tank basically the whole season to get Wiseman. So now they have Wiggins, Wiseman, Clay, Steph, and change. And then they basically don't have a great season again. They get the Wolves pick at 6, 7?
Mm-hmm.
7. Whatever it is. They get the Wolves pick at 6 or
7,
7 because of the lottery. Like, holy shit. If Clay comes back next year, which, again, hasn't played for 2 years, I don't know how great he's going to be when he comes back. I mean, I would assume he's still pretty damn good. But yeah, I think that's one team that's sliding underneath the radar right now. Just looking at the pieces that they have, that they've added in the past 2 years while everyone else has been doing their shit and they've been completely hurt and not having their stars. It's like, damn, if that team's healthy again, look out because Warriors are coming back.
This is just kind of what I mean about the star thing. So you look at this is a game. This is one of the Bucks Nets games from the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so because you have KD, James Harden, and Kyrie, you can't have a lot of guys on your team, right?
Yeah.
Now, you have to, anytime you have a big three, almost any time, you have to assume one of them is not going to make it.
Yeah.
One of them's not making it to the end of the playoffs. So then you knock it down to 2. In this case, James was also playing injured. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different guys on the roster seeing minutes in a...
Look at those minutes, too.
They're not even
They're
5,
not even
4, 3.
If you're not in the starting lineup, you're not getting more than... Unless your name is...
But they shouldn't be. None of these guys...
none of those guys should be getting... And
should
honestly,
have any. They should have a 0.
Landry should not be getting 22 minutes.
No, that's not... So once it blows up a little bit, then when you need some guys to fill into the roles, you're left with KD, Jeff Green, Blake Griffin, Harden with one leg, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, Bruce Brown Jr. Like...
Still think the Kyrie trade is the best thing for him.
For Kyrie, yeah.
I think that trade is still so solid. Every single time I see a new trade come out for the Ben Simmons and everything, I'm still like, it's the Kyrie trade's better.
Dude, I don't know about Kyrie, man.
Instant Eastern Conference Finals appearances for both the Sixers and the Nets. I think it'd be genius.
No, that's The Nets will just get better.
So the Sixers.
Sort of.
Not long term.
Yeah.
But at this point, what the fuck are the Sixers doing for long term? Like, you need a championship now. The process can only go so far.
I mean, dude, first of all, let's be honest. What's it about? A championship?
Yes.
True.
Yes, it is absolutely about a championship.
But at least, like,
No,
sustained success is a good thing.
I disagree.
Dude, you're ready to move your team to Seattle.
I'm just thinking about the Vikings, and I'm sick and tired of being good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to win a Super Bowl. For the past fucking decade. That is not fun.
No, but it's more fun than being bad.
I mean, it depends if you like your heart being crushed.
It's more fun than being bad.
It is. It is nice being.
It
able to
is
win
way,
games. Yes,
way more
absolutely.
fun to
Absolutely.
watch a playoff with your team in it, even if they lose.
But you also watch your team suck ass for 4 years just to like not go on. And hey, I'm speaking from experience too, because my teams did the exact same thing. Sucked ass for 5 years to try and build up a team, and only to fall short over and over and over and over again. Like, yes, I would much rather have the Vikings going 10-6 and getting second rounded every season than the Vikings going 3-14 and trying to get first round draft or first picks every single season.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But at one point, like, you can't just say, "Oh, at least like we're good enough." Like, no, I want a fucking championship.
Yeah, but
Like, that's what we're
yeah,
doing.
every team wants a championship. And it's like, I don't know. Obviously, it's a big measure of success, but it can't be your only measure of success.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oof. If the Sixers go through this whole era without winning a championship,
There's a lot of better rosters that haven't also.
I agree. But like,
That's just how-
Sixers did the whole process, everything, Embiid, Ben, like the whole thing.
We drafted 2 players in the last 20 years that are good.
Two.
That are good.
Drew. We just talked about this last night. How many players?
Drew
you
is
guys-
before,
How many good players you guys have drafted? Are you kidding?
but they were only
You showed me like a
They-
10-minute video of how many good players you guys have drafted.
no. Okay, no. I showed you a video about Andrew Bynum, Joel, Nerlens Noel,
Great player.
who's solid. But like, okay, we're talking about a solid center.
Solid, yeah.
Like when we took him like third over. All right.
Yeah, Embiid, yeah, I know.
Jaleel Okafor,
Trash.
Markel Fultz, Dario was involved, and he was really good, so we moved him.
Yep.
But like, we're not talking about we got in
No, we're not.
5
talking-
all-stars
we're not
and we
talking the elites,
traded
the
them
elites,
all
the
out.
elites.
We
No,
drafted
not
some
the
good
elites.
players, but any team with first-round pick can draft a good player.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, the narrative at the beginning of the season for the Sixers is always championship or bust.
Yeah, because you have enough talent
And
to
then
do
at the end
it.
of the season, it's like, well, at least we were good. And it's like, well, no.
No,
it's
that's just what
championship or
I'm
bust.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Championship or
saying,
bust.
I don't agree with that.
The Sixers are too good not to pull a championship out of this area. They're too good. They're just like they're too talented. You basically should have had the MVP this season. Let's be honest. If he plays a full season, he wins the MVP. Joel.
Yeah,
I would think he was fucking dominant.
yeah, and the real MVP got second rounded. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
there's just, I don't know. If you're... I'm just saying, man, one team wins a chip. You look at... Oh, jeez, dude. You could go down so many players who in their entire career have never won a championship, let alone a specific era on a specific team with 2 dudes. Like, if all I can say is all we did was make the playoffs a whole bunch of times, it's okay. Obviously, we want to win a chip. But it's really, really hard to. And I think if you're going purely off of talent, there's always been a team more talented than the Sixers in the NBA too.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just like,
Although this was their season.
yeah, this is the one where it lined up the best.
People were hurt. They had the healthy
The Nets,
roster,
the Nets fell apart from injury. The Bucks didn't seem like anything until the end of the Nets series.
I still didn't even believe in the Bucks until
but that was the
until
first
last
time they
night.
seemed
I was
like
like,
anything.
the Bucks. I don't think they're good enough to win.
And the entire West was kind of just
really
very
weird,
flat
yeah.
across the board in terms of the talent.
And it seemed like one of the most talented teams in the West, the Clippers. I mean, Kawhi dropped at the worst time possible.
Yeah, that was
Like,
unfortunate.
one of the most talented players in the West just drops out right
Yeah.
before it matters the most, kind of thing. But no, I just it's an interesting conversation.
We'll be okay though, because we've been drafting well recently.
Oh, you guys will definitely be okay.
I mean, we have.
You guys are probably
Next
in one of the
year,
better
there's some-
positions in the East for next year.
So 21-22 we have a bunch. And then 2022-23 we still have Toby, Joel, Ben, Seth, Matisse, Maxi, Shake. I mean, that's like probably like our 8-man rotation minus
Yeah.
like Dwight and
Dwight come back?
I wouldn't mind having him.
I think Dwight is good on any team. I think
Yeah,
any team
I
is a
wouldn't
better
mind
team
having
with
him.
Dwight.
I love having someone that I can actually
Trust on the
behind
rotation,
Embiid.
yeah.
Because Embiid will miss time. If there's one thing that's certain, he will miss
He
time
will
in the
miss time.
season.
Too big of a body who goes too hard to stay healthy
Right.
for a full. He's just too big to stay healthy for that long. Like, you know he's going to have to miss time. And I think Dwight is just... Dude, he plays with fire still.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Philly's
yeah.
a perfect place for him, too, because he is a villain.
Yeah, it seemed like he was having
he
fun.
is a villain, and he plays the role very, very well.
He was on a vet min last year. I wonder if someone will actually
Pay him.
pay him something decent.
I don't know if he, cares, though. He's
Yeah.
been taking league minimums for a while now. He took a pay cut at the Lakers.
Yeah.
He took a pay cut at the Sixers. It seems like he's just trying to find a team that he can win a championship with, which I don't mind him. Alright. NBA's done. NBA's done till next season. Cue the soap opera of an off season. I'm sure things are already in motion. I'm excited for this off season.
Yeah,
You
let's see.
think it'll get as crazy as we've seen in the past?
I don't think it'll top last year.
Last year.
I
was
don't think it
nuts.
can.
Last year was insane. I feel like the year before that was pretty crazy too, honestly.
Yeah, but I feel like last year just was. Yeah, but the year before had the big Pelicans one
Yeah.
to the Lakers, and then yeah, I don't know.
Who do we got on free agency this year?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Free agents.
Mike Conley,
Okay.
it's decent. Kyle Lowry, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, he'll go somewhere decent.
DeMar,
Oh, I kind of forgot about DeMar, honestly.
I want DeMar, dude.
I forgot about DeMar.
Man,
Why
screw.
would you guys go after DeMar?
I don't know. Well, we do have Toby signed for another 5 years, but you could
He's
even
not signed
run.
for that long.
Yes.
Good lord.
I bet DeMar goes to the Knicks, dude.
I bet he does too.
I bet DeMar goes to the Knicks.
That's a perfect spot for.
Yep. I
like
bet
a
he goes right
DeMar.
there. John Collins. He's a restricted free agent though. Oh, are any of these? I didn't even see that they were just dropping the restricted guys in there with them. All right, John Collins is a restricted free agent, but I'm sure the
Lonzo.
Hawks will keep them. Lonzo is a restricted free agent.
I would enjoy Lonzo on the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
Get something for D'Lo if he's worth anything at this point. He should still be worth something.
He's something, man.
I just want a fucking. I want a point guard that can distribute the damn ball, Sean. For once in
Lonzo
my life-
can do that.
For once in my life,
Lonzo
I want
can do
a
that.
point guard that can distribute the ball. I've had fucking Jeff Teague into D'Lo.
To get Lowry.
That would be sick. I would love a Lowry on the team.
You change the locker room.
Jeff Teague into D'Lo.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
It's not great.
Just give someone that can feed Cat and can play defense, because Cat won't. I've given up on that.
Why does the... Oh, these are player. I was going to say, why does the...
Are those all player options?
No, all the ones under here. So, like, Kawhi is a player option. Chris Paul's a player option. Montrezl Harrell's a player option. Serge Ibaka's a player option. Goran Dragic.
He's a name that might get thrown around a little bit.
Yeah.
Ibaka?
I would love to see.
It's another player that just kind of goes under the radar, but changes teams quite a bit.
Lou Will is a free agent. TJ McConnell is a free agent. Let's go. Bring him back.
Bring him back.
It's not just like a meme though. The man is really, really good. But I do love Derrick Rose is a free agent. Patty Mills.
Which team does Derrick Rose end up on now? They about to sign him back, right?
I think
They
the Knicks
fucking loved
should
him.
keep him around.
They loved him.
They should keep him
The
around.
Knicks are going to be an interesting team next year. It's going to be a weird-looking team.
Evan Fournier, Will Barton, and then Danny Green. I forgot that's our guy. I don't care.
That's getting pretty deep here.
Then there is some. This list is organized in a very odd way. Because then there's I feel like all of these, there's Jarrett Allen's a restricted free agent, which I think, come on, he's on the Cavaliers. You think he's gonna?
Yeah, you think he wants to stick around?
No, he does not. Josh Hart also, and then a couple more unrestricted guys apparently. Spencer Dinwiddie, Norman Powell, Campaign. I want that guy.
No, you don't.
Why?
You have enough campaigns on your team.
You can always use another campaign. You can
No,
always...
you could use a fucking Dame. Enough with your campaigns. Your whole team is fucking campaigns. You need a Dame. You need an elite player. You have the depth.
Yeah, but
That's the
he's
thing that the
he's
Sixers-
right here just sitting here and
I
we can
know,
just
that's
take
true.
him.
That is the one thing that the Sixers have better than everyone is the fucking depth.
Yes.
Your guys' bench is so goddamn good.
It's good, but it's small.
Your guys' bench could beat the T-Wolves starting lineup. Just off the defense
Our
alone
bench
that
beat
you
a
guys
lot
play.
of lineups.
Just off the defense alone that you guys play, your
Oh,
bench could
man.
beat the T-Wolves starting lineup.
I love those guys. That's the thing. They're all so young, too. All of those guys are 22, 23 max. You don't know what we could find in there.
That's the thing, is like you said, do you keep your bench and probably just stay good for a long time, but you're probably not good enough to win a ship.
No, there's
You're
multiple
you're the
ways
most
to
talented.
win.
You're not the most talented team
There's
to win a ship.
multiple ways to win.
I agree. Except that the Sixers have tried it quite a few times, still haven't done it. You're gonna have to
I
you have
haven't
to make
told you what way
you have
I
to make
like.
a decision. Do you keep your bench players, or do you get rid of your bench players for an elite player? You could be good for a long time with players that you guys have,
I know.
but can you win a championship with Matisse Thybulle and
Yes.
Maxey and
Anyone can win a champion. They're not making the team worse by being here.
no, I agree, but are they good enough?
Yes, they're good enough NBA players to be on a team that wins a championship. If they were my starting two guards, I would say no. But as our 7th and 8th option, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's your 7th and 8th. I'm not
Sure.
talking about that. I'm talking about alright, whatever.
Oh, in the future, if
Yeah,
they'd be at an elite
Yeah, 'cause
level.
if you get rid of Tyrese, Ben, and Matisse, you're good for another 2 years. If you don't get rid of them, you're good for another 6.
See, I just don't know if we're actually good for another 2 years without them. I think that off the bench they do a lot. It just
if you get Dame, Kyrie, or the names that are being thrown around for that.
if we give a Ben, now I know that's if it's Ben, Tyrese, and Matisse for Kyrie, we're a worse team. I think in every measurable way.
Yeah.
Or we just better score a lot. We just would have to score
You'd have
a
to
lot.
score a lot.
Dame's a different story because he's magical, but I'm always more. I like to keep guys around rather than making big splashes.
Yeah.
As much as you can. Because I think you see the big splash kind of once in a while they win the chip, but there's always the ones that slip in, and those are the guys that just have had.
Yeah, I mean, you have the KDs of the world that go and then win. You have.
I mean, besides KD,
Besides
and
KD,
let's
there
remember,
really isn't a big splash name that is gone
right?
and won a championship.
And the Warriors were winning a championship with their homegrown guys anyway.
Yeah, because that's all their guys.
There's something to be said for letting your guys develop a little bit before you.
I agree.
It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm interested to see what Atlanta does because now I guess they're a lot closer than anyone thought they were.
I guess I didn't think that they were that close, but apparently they are.
They're gonna need.
They're gonna get some help for Trey.
Yes,
That's a team that could be pretty good next season. That's a team that.
Yeah,
could be
Trey's
good.
different, man.
I think the Knicks got their one shot and they're done unless they really add some pieces. Unless they do get the Dame, which I don't know why the fuck he'd go there. I'd stay in Portland at that point.
Right,
Let's
right.
just stay in Portland at that point.
Yeah, I don't see much from the Knicks that makes you think that they have a bunch of young guys. We'll see what happens with them, but
It is a destination that players like to go to, though. Like, it's always
yeah,
if
New York's New York.
If they have one or two names that's attractive, they will get some names there.
Problem is now you have Brooklyn.
I know. You might as well just go to Brooklyn if you're gonna go to the Knicks. Except that they can't afford shit.
I'm interested to see what New Orleans does.
New Orleans will be interesting.
What are they gonna do about Zion?
RJ. 'Cause that's a trade piece right there.
Yeah.
If you want to get rid of him, which I don't know if you do, although I've seen a lot of slander on RJ Barrett's name.
His value's never gonna be high.
His value will never be higher.
I don't think.
His value will never be higher. And this is exactly why I said fucking trade Wiggins on Minnesota like back in the day, because it's like, you can see when it's coming. I feel like you can see when it's like, this player is good.
He might have
solid,
just hit his.
But there is way too much hype for this guy for what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's look at the factors around him right now. And I feel like RJ Barrett's the same kind of thing. Just so happens they're both Canadian.
Hey, come on.
Imagine that. Whole lot
We
of promise,
can't have your
not much
Canadian
execution.
racism on the show. We're gonna get canceled.
It's nationalism. And I'll stick by my...
It's nationalism.
It's actually
and yeah,
nationalism.
I'm a nationalist.
Yeah, I am. Before we kick it to a break for
Is it
bets-
nationalism if it's concentrated hatred against one nation and not like support of your own? Or is that just called a weird grudge?
Yeah, I don't know if it's nationalism if I'm like, well, the USA sucks too.
Yeah,
Canada's
just
just way fucking worse.
I just hate this guy.
I don't know what you qualify that as.
Me neither.
I mean, we're still superior because they suck, but we suck too, so it doesn't really matter. Before we go to a break, it is the NHL expansion draft tonight.
No, true.
Seattle Kraken are coming. What time is it at? It looks like Marshawn Lynch is going to be announcing a pick.
Sweet.
Which I'm very excited for, by the way. He's probably announcing multiple. Marshawn Lynch, Sean Kemp, and Sue Bird among Seattle Stars announcing Kraken expansion.
Dude, someone just tell me what time it is, though.
Yeah, can we see what time it is, maybe? Logan Malone renounces himself for NHL draft, asks teams not to pick him after incident in Sweden. What is this about? I did not hear about this. Logan Milo renounces himself from NHL draft, asks teams to not pick him after incident in Sweden. Logan Milo, 18, has renounced himself. being drafted in the NHL is an honor and a privilege that no one takes lightly. He said in a statement on social media, the NHL draft should be the most exciting landmark for players in circumstances. I don't feel like I've demonstrated strong enough maturity or character to earn that privilege in the 2021 draft. Now it will take time for society to build back the trust that I have lost. What did he do?
I don't know. Hey, if you're coming out like that, it sounds like it had to be pretty controversial there.
Wow, this is sorry, not to downplay the situation, but this is not as bad as
For someone to be saying
I don't know how to word this. For someone who is renouncing himself from an NHL draft.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
Missing out on millions of dollars. This seems like a not.
Let's preface it.
Relative
to what a lot of players have done,
yes.
A lot of current players, a lot of players before they're drafted and still get drafted.
Milo is playing on loan from SK Lejon, a third-tier team in Sweden, when he was fined by police for showing a photo to his teammates via Snapchat that depicted him and a woman engaged in a sexual act, a photo that was taken without her consent. The woman went to local police. Malo was not arrested, but was charged with invasion of privacy and defamation. According to Daily Faceoff, the first report of the story, the fine amounted to $1,600. So again,
now let me just put. I don't.
Yes, I do not want to downplay the situation.
In the most straightforward way.
Yep.
Any offense that's a $1,600 fine should not
stop you from getting drafted.
I think that's a good way to put it.
I think that's a fine way to put that. He fucked up. Don't get me wrong.
And he paid his $1,600 fine.
But to not go to the draft because you think your reputation... I mean, maybe his reputation is really bad. Maybe people truly are hating on. I have not heard enough. Well, maybe where he's from in Sweden.
Did he just show him?
Word spread around the NHL about his actions, and Malo said he was asked about it during pre-draft interviews with teams. So they did care. They did care. According to multiple reports, around a dozen teams vowed not to select him in the weekend's NHL draft, where many projections had him going in the second round. Malo was the 23rd ranked North American skater by NHL's. So it did affect his draft stock completely. Yeah. There's team. All right. I was wrong. It's probably a good idea not to go. If 12 teams, so almost half the NHL, vowed not to draft you because of the incident, I would take a year off too. Show your maturity, show that you're not that guy, come back, and I'm sure those 12 teams will probably draft you now. It's crazy though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but hold on.
Apparently they care a lot.
Alright, maybe the NHL, honestly, the NHL might just be
the good
have a lot better morals and standards than every other league, because you don't hear about.
I mean, you don't. You really don't.
As many
you don't
of
hear
the
much
controversies
shit in NHL. So that.
But I'm just here thinking about I don't know, the entire concept of the what's it, the supplementary draft in the NFL?
Yeah.
Where it's
these dudes have gotten arrested for crimes.
Yes.
Misdemeanors. Petty misdemeanors. Gross misdemeanors. People have been arrested and still drafted in the NHL, or NFL. Antonio Brown has a job.
Filming someone without their consent is
bad.
It's not good.
But to think this is the only guy in a professional sports locker room that showed a picture of this.
Yeah, it's literally because he's not on a team yet. Because they would have a PR guy that just goes,
yep,
it's all good.
Snap, snap, snap. You're going to say this at this press conference. You're going to do this. You're going to donate to this charity. And this is going to be over within 3 months.
Yep. Boy, that's a weird one. That's
a different one. That's one that I have not heard of in a while. And again, I'm not justifying anything that he did, because it's a stupid thing to do. Don't do it, especially if it has the capability of ruining the start of your career.
Of course.
Don't be stupid.
But just using
But to think
context of a lot of other sports and a lot of other athletes.
To compare.
Yes.
Which is probably not the best thing to do in this situation, but to compare.
But it's the only thing we
But
can
it's the only thing to do. Because there are people who have been arrested that have a job. Arrested for like
violent crime.
$20,000 bailout fines and things like that still have jobs. And this man paid $1,600 for basically non-consensual porn.
And I'm sorry, but like, you've got to imagine that there's a lot of that just does not get talked about.
It's just the fact that someone said something.
That's also the thing. I mean, like, if he was on a team that with an actual PR, actual whole thing, that no one would even hear about it.
Cause sorry, I've been in a guy's locker room before on teams, and not that we're going around showing people pictures of naked girls, but like you talk about things and like you say things that like I just.
Bro, are you seriously doing the locker room talk excuse now?
Yeah, no, it's just damn.
Nah, hey.
Damn, man.
Good
like,
for him. I hope that's not
that's a hell of maturity and a good decision to be like, hey, I'm gonna take a year off, build my reputation back, and come back. Now, I think in a year from now, no one's even gonna remember this.
Yeah, I hope that was his decision, though.
I hope it was too, and not like someone in his back corner being like, hey, probably shouldn't go because one of those 12 teams was called the Pittsburgh Penguins, and you should probably play for them or something like that. That's what I hope is one of those 12 teams where wanted like, oh shit, I wanted to play for that team. I'm not gonna come till next year, kind of thing. His ends quotes with, I feel that this would allow me the opportunity to demonstrate an adequate level of maturity and character next season, Malone wrote, and provide all the NHL teams the opportunity to reassess my character towards the 2022 NHL draft. Dude, I don't think anyone's assessing your character. I just don't think teams want to have the stigma behind them of drafting a player that did that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And a year from now, no one's going to say a word.
Here's one more thing, man. All
right.
Before we go break. The guy's drafted before Giannis.
Oh. Don't, because I'm going to have someone in there too.
That's alright, I have two.
Oh, okay, good.
Anthony Bennett.
Oh.
The flop of all flops.
Ouch.
The bust of all busts.
Ouch.
Don't know, there's literally not enough to say because he was that much of a flop. Just could not play basketball.
Yep. Ouch.
Olapido. 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 Yeah, Victor Olapido. Olapido. So that's solid. Like, that actually is, like, understandable.
Yeah,
like, obviously not as good as Giannis, but he's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Pretty dang good player. Otto Porter.
Not terrible, but yeah.
Not terrible, but is he in the
one.
league still? Like, I just have not heard that
really?
name in a minute, right?
Yeah, he is. He's got to be. I've definitely heard his name. Orlando.
Oh, so barely.
So barely.
Cody Zeller.
Ouch. Ouch. Yikes.
They just bring together a
There's no
bunch of
Orlando fans. Jesus. So no.
Look at Cody Zeller. He's looking cute in this picture,
God,
too.
he's a monster.
Alex Len.
Ouch.
Nerlens Noel. There he is.
How would you have known?
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he's 7 foot and ripped out of his mind, you probably should have seen that he's gonna.
Well, he wasn't ripped yet.
Was he not ripped when he came?
Oh,
in the league?
dude, have you?
Was he a little guy?
Oh, dude.
Or was he scrawny little shit? I don't see. That's the thing. I don't remember Giannis coming into the league.
Dude. This was Giannis, bro.
Oh my god.
That was Giannis, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken a chance on him either.
And then, oh no. Here. Excuse me. Ben McLemore. Just nothing. KCP.
Damn.
Contavious Caldwell Pope. Just not. Trey Burke.
Ooh. The 3-point legend shooter himself.
He definitely plays in the NBA. CJ McCollum.
Oh,
That's
no,
an interesting one. He's pretty good. MCW Rookie of the Year.
Ouch. Ouch. Who would have thought?
Steven Adams,
Oh,
which
come on. Put some respect on my man's name.
I cannot believe that Steven Adams and Giannis were in the same draft class.
I can't either.
Take that, like, that's crazy. Kelly Olynyk,
Kelly.
what a guy.
I can't believe people thought he was actually going to be really good.
Shabazz Muhammad.
Shabazz.
And that's it. Those are the 14 guys drafted before Giannis.
I mean, it's not a terrible draft
It's
class,
it's
I guess.
not.
It's not. I expected a little bit worse, honestly. Because normally when you hear, like, the big names that got drafted halfway through the first name or end of the first round, you normally hear, like, the ridiculous ones.
But the best one's probably CJ.
CJ. I give Nerlens Noel some respect. I guess that was just after the season. Just
Dude,
after
I'm
the season,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, but Nerlens Noel is a okay center for the New York Knicks.
Yeah. I'm just basing that off of this season, honestly, because he did have a really good season. But yeah, we gotta take more than countenance that. All right, I'm done talking about basketball. Basketball's over. Fuck this stupid off season. It's gonna be ridiculous. Get ready for Kim Kardashian basketball style. Everyone's feelings are gonna get hurt. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Everyone's feelings are gonna get hurt. People are gonna be stubborn. Players around the league. Can't wait.
Yeah. It's a lot more fun that way.
It is fun. It's just more entertaining.
Yep.
But God, I'm sick and tired of hearing about basketball players bitch.
Yep.
And we need some rule changes too. We need some fucking rule changes.
We're getting rule changes.
The NBA was not borderline unwatchable, but like at times it was just not fun. It was just
Yeah.
so ticky tack. Like so ticky tack fouls. So many. And so many players have literally developed their style around it now. To the point where it's like, hey, you gotta change it.
The rules change though. And that's
Rules
the
change.
thing.
Rules change with the game.
It's already,
Yeah.
they're getting rid of they're adding the unnatural jump, falling forward with the shot.
Yeah. I'm sick and tired of it. Alright, let's kick it to a break. We'll be back in 4 to 5 with bets. Whole MLB slate today.
Oh, but Stephanie just got here.
Oh, Stephanie just got here. Oh, Stephanie, you're not late. You're just on time. We're about to start the bets.
It's just in time for us to go to break.
It's okay. You only missed an hour of us talking about basketball and bad teams and good teams.
And all the mediocre teams.
And all the mediocre teams in between.
Yep.
Alright, get to a break. We'll be back. 5 minutes. Bets. Here we go.
Dang.
player.